Hi and welcome. My name is Christian. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for watching. Today I will be talking about SQL Views. Often when we work with SQL data, we need a temporary place to store the data before we make any further queries, just to make sure that we get just the right data. And to do this, we can use something called SQL Views. The great thing about SQL Views is that we're able to store data from multiple tables by joining them in a virtual table. And that means that we can showcase multiple columns from different tables with the data we just need, and we can name them as we want to. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to make queries that can create SQL views, it can insert data into these views, it can update the behavior of the view, and it will also be able to delete the view. So if you're ready, then let's get started. So now we're ready to work with our SQL views. Before we can do it, we need some data, and I'm sure that you already got some data, but for this tutorial, I'll be using a new clean database. So to start off, we're going to make a new database. I will name it Movie Views. If we come back to our server, we will say new query, and I don't think we are connected right now. So let's start off by doing that. I'm running a local Docker container with Microsoft SQL Server 2022 inside. It's the latest version right now. Let's connect, and I've made a typo. So there we go. So if we expand the database section, we can see that I already got one database, and that's because I'm making another tutorial at the moment. So let's make a new query to create the new database. Create database. And let's name it something saying for this tutorial. So I will be naming it movie_views. And let's hit run. And as you can see, the command got completed successfully. So let's try and refresh our database section. And as you can see, we now got the movie views. If we expand this, we can see that we got no tables and we got no views. For this tutorial, I will be using my website as a cheat sheet. You can go onto my website. I'll also put the link in the description below. If we go in here, you can see that I got a full description with a table of contents where you can just pick the section you need. To start off, we need to create a new table that will be able to hold our data. So let's copy and paste this and go back to Azure Studio, paste it in. The new database got named Movie Views, and I would like to make the query on that one. So let's close the other one so we don't make any problems. So right here, we got an SQL query that will create a new table named movies. We got the ID, it's going to be unique. We got the title. I've set these to be 80 and 250 for the description, and then also a rating. And the rating will be used to make a filter like a where clause on our movie views. So let's run this query. And as we can see, it also created the new table. So let's refresh this. And we should now be able to see the movies and with the columns we specified before. So let's head back to the website and get some data for our table. So let's copy this section and go back to Azure Data Studio, paste it. So right here you can see that I would like to insert 6 movies into the movies table. This is just some data I have gathered from IMDb. So it's just sample data for some movies. Let's run this. And as we can see, we got inserted 6 rows. So let's select top 1000 to see if we got any data inside our table now. And as you can see, we got the movies with the rating, description, title, and a unique ID generated for each movie. So now we are ready to make some views and show these data the way we want to. To create a view, we can check the website. I have included a syntax for this. If we go back to the top, you can see that the syntax is create view and then the name of the view you would like, else, and then you have to type select and the columns you want to and from the table you would like. And you can also put in a where clause if you need that. So let's say I would like to get all the movies from the table we just created with a rating higher than 7, for example. That's what I have done in this tutorial. So if we go down, we can copy this snippets and we can go back to Azure Data Studio. We can delete this, paste it in. And as you can see, we're now saying create view and we're gonna give it the name movie view as. And now we got the select statement for the data we would like. So it's gonna be the ID, the title, the description, and the rating from movie views. So right now we are including all the columns from the table we just created. If I would like to, I can just leave out the ID. So we just get the title, the description, and the rating from the movies. And I would only like to see movies where the rating is higher than 7. So let's run this and see what happens. And it completed successfully. If we go and now refresh our views, we will be able to see that we got a new view named Movie View. So let's see how that looks. And as you can see, just as we specified before, we only wanted the title, the description, and the rating higher than 7. And that's what we got right here. So let's say that we would like to update this view to include all movies with a rating higher than 6. If we go back to the website, you will be able to find a new syntax for this. So we can actually alter our view that we just made before. So if I would like to copy this one, go back to Azure Studio, just gonna close this one, paste it in. So now when I'm creating it, we're gonna alter it to update the view. And I would like a rating higher than 6. We could also leave out the rating if we don't want to see that. We just want the title and the description. So let's run this query. And as we can see, it got completed successfully. One more time, let's try and select top 1000 rows from this. And as you can see, we now got the title and the description. We don't have the ID and we don't have the rating. That's how you do the update or alter statement for a SQL view. If you would like to insert data, it's possible to do that inside a view, and the data will actually be inserted into the actual table, the real table. This is just a virtual table, and we would like to add data into this view where it's being reflected inside the movies table, where we got the 6 movies. So if we head back to my website, scroll down a little, we can see that the syntax is now insert into, and then we got the name of the view, we got the columns and the values. I have already made a small one, so let's copy that, head back to Azure Data Studio, and we're gonna make a new query. Let's get a clean one onto the database. Gonna paste it in. So right now we got insert into, and then we got the view. We would like title, description, and rating for our view. And also here's the values. I have just found the movie Dark Knight. I like that one, including a short description and the rating for it. As you can see, I don't apply the ID. It's gonna be set by default. So if we run this, we should now be able to see the Dark Knight got inserted into our table. And as you can see, we actually got a problem with the rating. So it's saying we got an issue, invalid column name rating. And that's because I didn't include rating 3-4 in the view. So let's go back and update the one we got before. Not this window. Maybe we got it right here. So we're gonna alter the view and we're gonna include rating. We're gonna run this. So now it got updated. Let's go back to the other query and let's add the new movie into this view. So let's run it. There we go. So if we go back and we say select top 1000, we're now able to see the new movie got inserted. It's gonna be named The Dark Knight, when the main is known as ... and the rating got 9. If we go back to movies and select top 1000, we will now be able to see that the movie actually got inserted, and it also got an ID. So that's how you do it. If you want to, you're also able to delete the views. If you don't need them anymore, you're able to make joins on the views with other tables. You can just get just the right data that you need. Yeah, and that's it for this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. That would make me very happy. And until next time, happy coding.